Hi, my name is Christina Risk and I am from Ball State University, and today I'll be telling you how to play the flute. The first thing you need to know when you're playing the flute is that there are three parts to it. The first part is the head joint, and that's the medium-sized piece with the mouthpiece on it. The next is the body, and that's the longest piece with a lot of keys on it, as you see here. And the last part is the foot joint. And the foot joint is the smallest part of the flute and only has a few keys on it. The first thing you need to know when learning how to play the flute is how to form your embouchure. Your embouchure is how you form your lips. This is very important for intonation and tone production. If you don't have a good embouchure and a good breath support, then your intonation will be a little bit off. So the first thing you need to do to learn how to produce your embouchure is just get the headpiece. So once you get your head joint, what you want to do is the end that has the open hole, you want to take your right hand and cover that open hole so you don't let any air out. And to form your embouchure, what you want to do is purse your lips like this and put it on the mouthpiece. And what you want to do is you want to imagine there's a birthday candle right across the hole from the flute. What you want to do is imagine that you're blowing out this birthday candle that's right across the mouthpiece. And just blow and see how it sounds first. Maybe you got a good sound, maybe you didn't. If the birthday candle technique didn't work for you, there's another technique called kiss it. And what you're going to do is you're going to put the mouthpiece right up against your lips and make your lips into a circle, just like the circle on the mouthpiece. Once you got that, then you just roll the head joint down. And try again, see how it sounds. Forming your embouchure and getting a good tone is maybe a little challenging to begin with, but just keep working at it and you'll get it right. So, once you keep practicing that and you got that right, now it's time to put your flute together. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your head joint and you're going to get the body and you're going to put them together. So how you put this together is you take the end of the head joint and you take the part of the body with no keys on it and you put those together. What you want to do is try to line up the keys with the mouthpiece. And don't push the head joint into the body all the way, because then the pitch will be a little off. So once you have that in place, then you take your foot joint. And what you want to do is you want to line up this bar of the foot joint with the middle of the keys on the body. So it looks like that. Okay, so once you got all that put together, then we're going to start playing. First thing you need to do before you even start playing is make sure you're in good playing position. Good playing position is making sure, first, that you have a good chair. It's very important that you have a good chair. What you want to do is you want to sit at the edge of the chair. So you're not leaning back and slouching and being lazy. You want to be at the edge of the chair and sitting up straight. You want your feet flat on the ground, your back straight, shoulders back, and your head up. It may help you to imagine that there's like a string pulling you at the top of your head with your hair so that your head is straight up. So once you got your playing position, now we can start playing. I'm going to teach you how to play 4 notes on the flute. B flat, C, D, and E. So here we go. Before we do that, actually, I'm going to show you where your fingers generally go for any note. So you have, on your left hand, you have your thumb, and then 1, 2, 3. And then on your right hand, you have 1, 2, 3, and your pinky. Okay? So your thumb on your left hand goes on this thumb key right here, the bottom one. And then your first finger goes on this little one. And then you skip 1, and then 2, 3. And your right hand goes 1, 2, 3. And then your pinky right here. So once you got all that set up, now we can start learning notes. So the first note I'm going to teach you, like I said, is a B flat. And how you play the B flat is you have your thumb and your first finger on your left hand, like this, thumb, first finger. And then on your right hand, you have your first finger and your pinky. And this is how it should sound. I'll play that again. Make sure yours matches up with mine. Here we go. So keep going until you got your pitch right. And now we're going to move on to C. So let's start with our fingering for B. And all we're going to do is we're going to lift off our thumb right here, lift off your thumb, right there, yeah, and lift off the first finger on your right hand. So it'll look like this. Da, 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 da. Yeah, so this is what it should sound like. So B, C. I'll play it again, make sure yours matches up with mine. And that's C. Our next note is D. So what you're going to do for D is the complete opposite of the fingering for C. So whatever you have down for C, take off and put the other ones on. So it's going to be thumb, 2, 3, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 on your right hand. And this is what it should sound like. One more time, make sure yours matches up with mine. It's a little challenging to go between C and D, but just keep going, keep practicing, make sure you get it right. It's a little difficult because it's all the opposite fingers, but just keep going back and forth. Alright, so once you get that, then we can move on to the next note, which is E. So you have your fingering for D, it's thumb, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 on the right hand. So for E, all you do is add your pinky key right down here. And it should sound like this. Again, match yours with mine. Okay, so those are the 4 notes we're learning. B flat, C, D, E. Let me play them again for you. B flat, C, D, and E. And like I said before, the hardest one is going between C and D. So make sure you practice that a lot. You can take it slow at first and then go faster, whatever makes you comfortable until you get it right, like this. Like I said, take it slow and then get faster, whatever makes you comfortable. So after you get those notes, it's important to know that when you get harder music, it's not going to go B flat, C, D, E. The notes are going to be in all kinds of orders, and there's going to be more notes once you get more advanced. So be sure to practice those notes in several different patterns. So once you're done practicing, the thing you got to do next is take your flute apart. Be careful watching this because it's not difficult, but you have to be careful. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your mouthpiece off and make sure you're not touching any keys or bars so you don't bend anything. Take your mouthpiece off and set it aside for a second. And then you're going to take your body and your foot joint apart from each other. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your hands where there's no keys so you don't bend anything. And then pull those apart. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go in your case and look for this thing. It's your tuning rod, but it's also your cleaning rod because there's this hole at the end of it to put a rag through it. So what you do is you take your rag and you put it through the hole so you can clean out your flute. And you're gonna put it through the body and the head joint and the foot joint to make sure you get all the spit out of there so it doesn't build up. And you can even double check, look in there, make sure you got everything, clean it again if you need to. And then put it all in your case and shut your case and lock it. So I hope this video helps you. Come back and look at it as many times as you need to make sure you're doing everything right, and happy practicing.